girls, Tiffany here, and today I want to share with you how do you manage your stress and your time when it's midterm season. Has this ever looked like you during midterm season? Me too. So let's talk about things that can help. Number one, don't wait. It's so easy to want to just procrastinate. Like if I don't feel like doing something, then I just want to put it off until I absolutely have to do it. But that leads to feeling way more stressed. For example, if you have a class that you know you're struggling in, don't wait to go talk to the professor the day before the exam. Instead, go talk to your professor now. Ask your professor to explain the things that you don't understand. And also don't wait to start studying. Even before midterms week is here, start reviewing the notes from your classes. Don't wait till the night before your chem test and pull an all-nighter because you're not going to do as well in the morning on the test. Instead, start now and study a little bit each day. I went through all of college and high school and I never once pulled an all-nighter to study. I'm just saying it's possible. Number two, prioritize, especially the week of midterms. If you make a checklist, I'm a huge fan of checklists, and kind of put down everything that you need to do and then kind of prioritize them in order, like what's the most important, and work through it that way, that can be good. Number three, schedule time to work on each of the things you need to do. That way it's not an indefinite period of time where you're just studying forever, because nobody can really do that. I've tried studying like through lunch and through dinner and just eating while I work, and eventually I work so hard that I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Has that ever happened to you? Like you study yourself sick? Because that totally happens to me. So give yourself a set amount of time. Say, I'm gonna study and I'm gonna be super focused from this time to this time, and then I'm gonna stop and give myself a break. Number four, reward yourself. If I study for 1 hour for my chem midterm, then I'm gonna go treat myself to homemade ice cream. Make time to take care of you because you're a person first and a student second. So first of all, what are things that you need in order to feel healthy and happy? So make sure you're eating nutritious food, getting enough sleep, you're spending that time with Jesus, you're getting some exercise, even if it's not as much as you normally would because it's midterm week, because you need that to be a whole human being, and it will help you study better as well. But then also, the second thing is ask yourself, what things do I love doing? For me, it's like getting a massage, number one, painting my toes and my fingernails, and then schedule in some time throughout the day, kind of like your rewards to do those things. So study for an hour, then take a break and reward yourself, and then study for another hour and take another break and reward yourself. The breaks don't have to be super long, but just enough time to let your brain kind of decompress. If you give yourself breaks, then you'll end up being able to study better and for longer. Go figure. Remember to take advantage of the resources that your school has, especially if you're in college. There's usually a counseling center where you can go, and if you're really stressed out, they can give you stress management and time management tips for free. I totally took advantage of counseling services when I was in college. I wish I still had free counseling services. I would go all the time. Get your money's worth out of that college experience. Right before the exam, take a minute and just pray and ask God to be with you and help you remember things. And that also helps kind of still your mind. When you're feeling stressed and anxious and all this stuff, your mind is just like spinning and it's harder to focus. So if you can kind of still your mind, that helps a lot. And then just inviting the Lord into that moment with you, no matter what happens, to help you just come closer to Him through the process. That's what life's all about anyway, is just coming closer to the Lord. And lastly, don't expect perfection. We're human, which means that by nature, we are not perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes. So the key is to do your best, to put your all into it, but then to say at the end of the day, you know what, if I make a mistake or if I fail in some way, that doesn't define me as a failure. My identity is not in my grades or my schoolwork. Those things are important, but they're not what gives me identity and worth and value as a human being. Just remind yourself of that. Like, you are loved already by God, and whether you get an A or a B or a C or an F on this test, He's not gonna love you less. I remember coming home from a Regents exam and having gotten a 96, and I was so mad at myself because I knew the other two questions. I just blanked in the moment and I could have gotten 100, and that's the way I worked when I was in high school and college. Anytime it wasn't perfect, I'd beat myself up over it. I wish that I'd spent more time taking care of myself as a person and less time beating myself up and stressing out over my exams. So it helps to know what kind of person you are. Some people need to work a little harder because they don't take it seriously enough, and some people need to not beat themselves up so much because it's not as big of a deal as they think. So girls, I love hearing from you, either in your thumbs up, your comments, your subscribes. Share below, what are some other things that help you in your midterm seasons? So I hope that all your midterms go super well, and remember that you are loved no matter what happens. So do your best, go kick butt, and then know that no matter what, you're loved. You've always been loved, and you always will be loved. So that's awesome.